Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're going to unbox Microsoft's new modern keyboard with Fingerprint ID. Now, before we get to the actual opening it up, couple things. I probably won't do a review on this because I already use a Surface keyboard. It should be pretty much the same thing with a few key differences that I'm going to point out during the video. Now, as someone who writes for a living, as I'm sure you know, typing is very important to me. Keyboards are very important to me. So I used to use an Apple USB keyboard, which I have right here, and I've actually been using it the last couple days since I reinstalled Windows on my computer, and I haven't bothered to pair the Bluetooth keyboard. But I needed the Surface keyboard. I decided to switch to that because I had the print screen key and I could take screenshots. But I hate Bluetooth keyboards because if you have to boot into the BIOS, you have to hit F12. You can't do that with a Bluetooth keyboard. So one of the big deals for this, for me, was the fact that you have the option of wired or wireless. And that's great because I really do hate Bluetooth keyboards. For the most part, they work, but sometimes they lag a little bit, and it's just the worst. So I'm excited about that, and of course you have the Fingerprint Reader, which is a button. They call it a hidden fingerprint reader. I'm not sure why it's a button. I'm not sure why it's just a sensor. I'm not sure what's going to happen when you press it. All right, so there's another difference here, by the way. Given the difference, the choice between wired and wireless, which is, by the way, micro USB. So if you're one of those Microsoft hates USB-C people, here's your further evidence. One of the benefits of having that wired option is that it's also rechargeable, which the Surface keyboard is not. This is Bluetooth only. It takes AA batteries. You just put them in there, and that's your only option. Now, you can see, by the way, the colors are pretty much the same. But yeah, we'll check out the back of the box in a second. It says you get up to 4 months of usage on a charge, which if you just use it wired, you don't even have to worry about that. All right, and let's see what else is in the box. We should have a USB cable, I think. Micro USB, like I said. Yep, micro USB cable right here. And we'll use that to plug it in a little bit. And over here, some instructions which will make for excellent kindling, because anybody who watches my videos knows I don't read the instructions. What's the fun in that? You know, you gotta have a little fun. So let's flip this over. Let's take a look. Just some of the specs on the back. Bluetooth 4.0, full-size desktop keyboard, obviously. Rechargeable battery, provides up to 4 months of usage on a full charge, which is fantastic. And of course, Windows Hello fingerprint sign in 4 PCs running Windows 10. Now, a quick note about that. If you look at this on the Windows Store, I mean the Microsoft Store, the listing says that it's supported by Windows 10 32-bit and Windows 10 64-bit. It lists a whole bunch of other operating systems on there, like Windows 7 and Windows 8.1, and it says not supported. And there's an option there for limited functionality, but it actually says not supported. And it's one of those charts that you look at, and it's just kind of, the more you look at it, the more you see that's wrong with it. It lists Android, I think 4.4 and 5.0. And next to that, it says like Nexus 6 and Nexus 9 or something. And it's, no, Nexus 5 and Nexus 9. It's kind of, why are you calling out specific devices? Why aren't Android 6.0 and 7.0 on there? iOS 8 and 9 are on there, but iOS 10 isn't. And they all say not supported. And I just have a really hard time believing that that a keyboard wouldn't work with anything. Most keyboards are pretty much universal. Obviously, only Windows 10 would support Windows Hello. But I would think that the keyboard would work with everything, and I'll give that a try too, and I'll add a note to this video if it doesn't work with Windows 8.1, but it should. So we're gonna plug this in, and I gotta say, I really love the clips that come on this. I'm gonna use these for cable management in the future. So seems pretty long. I mean, it's not the, well, we'll see how it works out if it's long enough. Yeah, we can pull this off. Alright, we'll just plug this in here. Alright, so now I've got it plugged into my desktop, which is an Alienware Aurora R6. and it doesn't work right away. I was kind of curious, which I didn't turn the switch on, which is, well, we'll have to unplug it, just turn the switch on, but it's right over here. I was curious if that was only for battery power that you need that switch on, and I don't know if you could hear it through the microphone, but Windows obviously just made that doot 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 doot. Yeah, that's right, I sung it. What? Come at me. All right, so yeah, it works right out of the box. Okay, and if we go over to settings, we should be able to see that if we go to accounts, sign in options, fingerprint is now available as an option. Facial recognition is also there because I have the Logitech Brio that I use for that. Like I said, I just reinstalled Windows last night, so I haven't set up any Windows Hello yet. So if we just go into Welcome to Windows Hello, and we'll enter the PIN to make sure it's me. All right, and touch the fingerprint sensor. So we can't just touch the button. Unlike other fingerprint sensors, this is a button. So now we realize why it's a button. It doesn't scan your fingerprint your fingerprint unless you're pressing it. So that's kind of bothersome. It's also kind of a pain to set up because you kind of have to keep it pressed. I was hoping for something a little faster. All right, keep going. And almost there. All right, now try another angle. Like I said, almost there. We're getting there. Make sure your sensor is clean. Yeah, it's clean. It's brand new. All right, we're back to try a different angle. Almost there. Takes a little while to set up, but it should work pretty well. All set. Use your fingerprint the next time you want to unlock your device. So yeah, I mean, now I should be able to get 2 different levels of Windows Hello on my PC, which is great because again, like facial recognition doesn't work in certain lighting. Fingerprint just might be more convenient at times, and we'll just see how it works out. Personally, I love PCs that have both because it usually works out pretty great. So the Microsoft Modern Keyboard with Fingerprint ID is $129.99 in the Microsoft Store. I went to a physical Microsoft store to buy mine, and they told me that they're no longer selling the Surface keyboard, which seemed really weird. And I checked online when I got home, and sure enough, it still says that it's in stock at the mall that I was at. I didn't see any on display, but who knows? All right, but yeah, $129.99, and I really just bought it so I could have a wired option because if you boot up your PC and you want to boot into the BIOS and boot from a USB, and I was really realizing this last night when I was reinstalling Windows because I needed to boot from a USB, and I couldn't do it with a Bluetooth keyboard because it really doesn't pair until Windows boots. And yeah, so that's where it is. And if there's anything else, I'll update this video, like if it doesn't work on Windows 8.1. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same as the Surface keyboard. Again, with the addition of the rechargeable battery, the option for a wired connection, and the fingerprint sensor. And that's about it. Anyway, guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.